Hi everyone! I want to make sure that your brain is still working even though we can't work together in the classroom right now, so I figured we'd do a little bit of spelling over the computer. So, before we learn a new spelling rule, what I want to go over with you is a couple of terms that we might have forgotten but are really important when it comes to spelling. So, the first word we're going to go over is a syllable. A syllable is a part of a word that contains sounds of a word. It usually has a vowel in it, and a syllable is also called a beat. Sometimes you might hear people call it a beat. So, the way you tell how many syllables a word has is, let's take the word vacation, for example. So, if I were to figure out how many syllables the word vacation had, what I would do is I would take my hand and I would put it underneath my chin. Then, when I say the word, I'm going to count how many times my hand moves down with my chin. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say it fast to start and then I'll say it slower. Vacation. That looked like 3 times, but let's say it a little bit slower just to make sure. Vacation. So since my hand moved down 3 different times, that means that there's 3 syllables in the word vacation. Okay, remember that for when we do our new spelling rule. Another word that we need to know is long vowels. I know we've all seen this before, and you better know it by now. But just to review, a long vowel, A, E, I, O, or U, right? Or Y sometimes, maybe. These vowels, if they're a long vowel, that means that they say the letter name. So, for example, in the word ice, ice, the I in the word ice says the name of the letter, ice. Okay, that's a long vowel. Our short vowels are the vowels that says the sound of the letter. So, for an example, we're going to stick with I again. We have the word igloo, right? But instead of the I at the beginning saying the name of the letter, it says the sound that I makes. It said igloo, right? So if we compare, we have our long vowel I, ice, says the name. And if we have our short vowel I, igloo, it says the sound. Okay? So now that we know those, we're going to go over a new rule today. It's called the floss rule. Now, I don't know about you, but the first thing I think of when somebody says floss is the dance move, right? It's not the dance move. I wish. The second thing I think of is dental floss. Not dental floss either. Forget that. What the floss rule is when a word that has F, L, S, or Z in it is heard after a short vowel at the end of a 1-syllable word, it's spelled with a double F, L, S, or Z. Okay? So, that was a lot. But what we need to think about when we're looking to see if a word matches the floss rule, follows the floss rule, is if it has a short vowel, if it's a 1-syllable word, and if it has an F, L, S, or Z sound at the end. Okay, let's look at some examples. So, the first example, puff. Let's test for 1 syllable. Puff. My hand moved down 1 time, so it's only got 1 syllable. So far, so good. Let's look at the vowel. Puh, That sounds like a short U because it's not saying the letter's name. And then at the end, puff. Makes an F sound, so that means there's going to be a double F. Okay, let's look at another one. Hill. Hill. 1 syllable. Short I. And it ends in an L sound. So there's going to be 2 L's, a double L. Miss. Miss. 1 syllable. Let's look at the I. Mi. Short I. And then it has an S sound at the end. So we're going to have a double S. All right, last one, I promise. Buzz. 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 1 syllable. Let's check the U. Buzz. Makes a short U sound. And then it has a Z at the end. So it's going to have a double Z. okay? So if you want more practice with words that follow the floss rule, you can look down in the bio of this, and there's an attachment to a worksheet that you can do. Okay, you don't need to print it out or anything. You can just look at it and identify and look and do the test yourself, okay? All right, bye everybody.